Dan, this is going to hit us a little bit close to home, but I think it's important we do talk about it. So Hasan Piker and Twitch.
Yeah.
I know. So, first of all, I want to give a huge shout out to Legal Mindset, who's been doing a fantastic job with Nintendo and also been covering a lot of the online drama that we're seeing. But Hasan Piker decided to put his foot in his mouth. Okay. Now, look. Yeah, Hasan tells Easton to drop the lawsuits. Drop the lawsuits, Easton. You know they're frivolous. Nothing to do with copyright. You'll win a lot more good favor. I'm sure he's not going to lay off. Seems like a petty tyrant, so narcissistic. Gee,
Man,
Hasan,
it's crazy. I feel like we've heard comments like that directed to us before.
I swear, I think I've heard it too. But Hasan, he says, and then Legal Mindset says, Hasan, please stop pretending you understand anything about copyright law. You can barely read properly. So, first and foremost, look, with the battle between Hasan and Eason, in regards to the streaming community, it's to be expected. It hurts to see once two good friends going at each other, but at the same time as well, what happened to Ethan, especially with his family being threatened and so much more. I mean, that's a straw that would break that's a straw to break any camel's back. But let's go ahead and play this video here.
He said he laid off you because of the whole Charlie Kirk thing, so there's that at least. Great. Remember when he also said that I falsely claimed that I was issuing a death threat against his wife? And then got mad at Destiny because Destiny took that as an opportunity to literally issue an actual direct death threat against me. And then he openly stated, "Oh, you ruined it. We really had a win here, but you fucking had to open your mouth and ruin it. Now he can play the victim." That's what he said. I think that shows you a lot about the calculations at play here. Drop the lawsuits, Ethan. Drop the lawsuits. You know they're frivolous. You know it has nothing to do with copyright or anything like that. You'll win a lot more good favor if you were to do that. I know you think that the people that you're attacking are unfavorable by the new audience that you have cultivated, but it's a good gesture. Laid off you, complaining about your op-ed and reposting the same out of context clip about Kamala versus Trump 10 times. I know. That he did do that when I got the op-ed. I'm sure he's not actually going to lay off regardless. He just seems like a petty tyrant himself, just so thin-skinned, so narcissistic. He feels like when people have wronged him in his mind, he just never stops. It's clear to me. The reason why I say that is because he didn't stop even when his own fans were like, "Dude, just shut the fuck up about this." Like, okay, we got it. We hate Hasan. He sucks.
Okay, so there's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah, so again, this is, I only ever, in the time that I was forced off Hard Lens by Chicago Corner, I only made, again, 4 points on the show. One of them was that Hasan was going to nearly single-handedly destroy a bunch of movements and take down Twitch. And again, it's this, I'm gonna term like what's the new issue in this era. It's narcissistic liars who have an inability to self-reflect and accept that they are the cause of much of the problems that they are dealing with. I mean, Hasan was at the top of the leaderboards, but he just couldn't stop himself. It's the narcissism that leads to bad outcomes. And remember, the reason I said that it was going to happen the way I literally said, I think in that call, that Elon is going to get involved in this at some point because it's in his benefit. So again, so I want people to separate a very important concept and Kit can, I think, will agree on me on this. It's not a matter of us taking a position on whether or not Hasan should be censored or not, as much as it is us accepting what humanity is and understanding how humans will react to Hasan's actions. And when Hasan threatens senators and congresspeople enough times and never apologizes and then doubles down, and then, goes after people like Elon Musk, and then goes after multiple countries, and then calls everyone that doesn't agree with him a horrible monster and a Nazi. Just like the Democrats kicked enough people out of the party that the Republican Party grew, Hasan will eventually make enough enemies that everyone will dogpile on him. But really what they're doing is satisfying their own desires. So again, what does Elon Musk benefit from going after Hasan? Well, it's a personal grievance because Hasan's attacked him. So there's an emotional reason. Going after him helps him in his fight against his competition, which is Twitch, helps him against his personal competition, which is Jeff Bezos. It's a way that him and Trump can bond to a certain degree, and it's in vogue in the moment. Why does Twitch have again, my point being is that everyone's acting in their own self-interest, and Hasan is the perfect person for a lot of different groups for them to offset their own personal responsibility. So again, what do we know is going to happen with like Netanyahu or someone? They're eventually going to, they want a reason to say, why does no one agree with us? It can't be the things that we're doing. It has to be something completely different. Oh, it's Hasan Piker twisted the young minds. It's Elon being able to say, look, this is why X is so much better. It's Trump being able to say, look, I was right. Everyone gets their own personal thing out of coming after Hasan, and Hasan has perfectly placed himself in the situation where he's tied himself to so many different groups and gone on and been narcissistic for so long that it's not whether it's right or wrong, it's about whether it's inevitable or not.
Yep. And the thing is, you know, October 8th, Hasan is going to be brought before, or not Hasan,
I think it's
Twitch. Yeah, Twitch. Dan Clancy.
Dan Clancy, the Gooner Lord himself.
Yes, and when you think about somebody like Dan Clancy, and the favoritism that's on Twitch and the lack of accountability on Twitch, as well as at least allegations being brought up about TwitchCon. So let's be very careful about this. There's been numerous allegations of unsafe practices, people not feeling safe at TwitchCon, people abusing their power. Again, these are all allegations, and there's probably a lot more to the story as a whole, but I've never seen a platform, save for maybe, I don't know, you could say X and Facebook and Instagram and YouTube have had their own things, but I've never seen it to the point to where a platform could easily become irrelevant within the next few years, like Twitch. And I say this with a little bit of caution here too, because I don't want to see a platform get destroyed. But when you're bought for $1 billion in 2014 and you are causing a big hole in the pocket that's not millions or hundreds of millions, but billions of dollars, what are you doing?
And
what?
So, yeah, I'm gonna go through game theory on this. So what I think is going to happen. So I want people to realize that if the Trump administration, for whatever reason, really decided to throw the book at this, technically, Twitch has violated anti-BDS laws, which I know we have a huge issue with anyway, but nonetheless, they are on the books, has violated anti-BDS laws because Amazon's a contractor of the U.S. government, so it's a lot more because they sign these in contracts. By blocking Israel from signing up for Twitch for a whole year, they violated every anti-BDS law that exists in every state. Like, this could really, but it's not going to work out that way. Of course not. What's going to happen is Jeff Bezos, this is going to be used as a leverage point, and Jeff Bezos is going to likely force Twitch either to be sold or they're going to completely clean house at Twitch, and it's going to completely flip and be a lot more like Kick. That is what I think the most likely outcome of this is going to be. But it's always going to play out in a way that we can never expect. But again, it's a matter of, don't think about what's right or wrong. The world has never operated from a position of what the right or wrong thing is. It operates from a position of where is power, what is leverage, what are the leverage points, and what will make things stable.
Exactly. So this is where we're at. Everybody that's tuning in right now. My goodness, what I see definitely happening is that somewhere down the road, you know, Hasan and his words are definitely going to come back to haunt him. And when they do, just everyone remember that there was a point to where all the parties involved in this, be it Twitch and everyone else that's been so triggered, that's been causing this online feud going on and on and on, this all could have been easily avoided. Everyone could have been lived beautiful lives if they wanted to.
And again, this all happened effectively because the Biden administration decided that this would be the time to shut down anyone speaking an opposing viewpoint that was then doubled down on during the pandemic. So all these systems were built. All that Trump is really doing in his administration is using existing systems. Like, that's the thing I didn't really get about Jimmy Kimmel. It's like, this is stuff that's happened before. It just is flipped. Who's at advantage and who's at disadvantage now.
Exactly. So, without further ado, since I'm in charge of the ones and twos, we're going to be moving on. But remember, folks, if you're getting legal advice from Hasan, run.
Yeah, and again, as we've learned, copyright law is a specialty law that you really do need to learn the ins and outs of to know what you're doing, because you never know if you have an actual case or you're actually just setting yourself up to go to jail.
Exactly. And hold on. Don't hate. Smile and live. Hatred.
Wait, you're telling me that the guy who runs around saying he's a socialist fighting for the working class that just so happens to own a multi-million-dollar house, very expensive cars, Gucci bags, you're saying that guy might be a capitalist at heart and he's just playing a niche role? That's crazy. I could never believe that. You're telling me that narcissists lie at the drop of a hat, double down on their lie? That's crazy. That never happens.
Hey, I'll end it with this.
All lies will be exposed.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Don't forget Hasan's family are like some of the richest people in Turkey. So.
Yep. So, folks, just remember, things always get a little bit crazier. So there you go. All right, folks. But I mean, that's it. This is only going to begin very soon, and so with that, we will move on.